Hey, here's on this version of Ask Captain Lance, we've got kind of a fishing question, and it is pretty involved, but the question is pretty simple. What are your thoughts about using scent for fishing? And I have a few of them. First of all, let me tell you this. Number one, I don't think using a scent product will ever catch you less fish. I think a scent product is only going to be a positive. You'll never catch less fish using a scent product. Number two, I think that eliminating negative scent is just as important as adding a positive scent, if that makes sense. My scent use increases when the water temperature is below 60 degrees. Once we get to about 65 degrees, it's not always a focus of mine, unless the bite gets tough. I think I should be catching fish, or it's bad weather conditions, but water temperature gets below 60 degrees. Anytime I'm down fishing in the river, my fall trolling, my fall jig fishing in the river, I like to use a scent product because I do believe it gets fish to hang on a little bit longer. But again, remember, number one, scent is never going to catch you less fish, so put it on if you believe it. So a couple scents I use. I'm a Procure guy. I think they make some of the best stuff. One of the things I am adamant about, though, is eliminating bad scent. So I do use the AZZ, hand and lure soap. I keep it in all my boats in this big bottle. Get on the boat, put on your sunscreen, put on all that stuff. Fill the boat up with gas, all that stuff. Wash your hands with that. Let's go fishing. I do that pretty religiously with everybody in the boat. If I am going to use scent, it's the super gels that Procure makes. That is my number one choice. Now, what scents do I use? That is a question I get a lot. What actual scent do I use? So I'll tell you this. It depends on where I'm fishing. If I'm fishing close to the bottom, there are two scents that I use a lot, and I use these a lot river fishing. My number one scent for jig fishing is goby, because that's just, there's a ton of gobies, and gobies live on the bottom of the river. If I'm fishing on the bottom, goby or nightcrawler are my two go-to scents. The closer I get to the bottom, the more these two scents become a big deal. If I'm fishing open water and I'm kind of trolling, or I'm running jigging baits that aren't quite on the bottom, they're kind of working through the middle of the water column, where fish are walleyes are going to be feeding on open water bait fish, suspended bait fish. Two of my favorites I carry a ton of are emerald shiner, obviously, and gizzard shad. I try to match what the fish are feeding on. If they're feeding on shiners, I use the shiner. If they're feeding on gizzard shad, I use the gizzard shad. If I don't know, but I know they're up in the middle of the water column, they're not scrounging around for night crawlers, they're not scrounging around for gobies, they're not digging around on the bottom for crayfish or that, I use a minnow. So anytime if I don't know exactly what scent, or I just grab a scent real quick, it's either going to be the gizzard shad or the emerald shiner if I know for sure. If I don't know for sure, it's going to be the minnow scent. And last but not least, the one scent, if you said, hey, pick one, easy, garlic nightcrawler. If you said, hey, pick one scent to use all the time, I'm only going to buy one bottle to try it, that right there would be my number one, garlic nightcrawler, okay? So the right scent to match the forage. Number two, remember that scent is never going to catch you less fish. And number three, scent, I think, becomes much more important to your fishing success as the water gets below 65 degrees. So there's my thoughts on using scent for fishing.